Happy Sunday, everybody, and welcome to Rust City Church. Pastor Doug, Mike, what's up?
Yeah, and another edition of Valley Spotlight. What's up with you guys? Everybody good?
This is the day we've been waiting for, Doug. Welcome to Valley Spotlight.
Thank you guys so much. We're so honored to be a part of this.
This is a big moment for us, Mike.
Tell the folks.
Right, we've been working on this partnership for a couple of months now, and the reason is because obviously this show is dedicated to good things and good people, and Rust City, when we think about a church and an organization of people, you guys, that's your business, is just continuously doing good in ways that you really wouldn't even think about it, Mike. It's amazing.
And I've found out some of those things. But how long's Rust City been around, Doug?
So Rust City this year is celebrating 10 years in the Valley.
How cool is that?
It's incredible. We started with 14 people in a little office building in Vienna, and we've just seen so many incredible things happen over the 10 years. And we're so honored to be here with you guys, as we're just going to be, our heart is to see a new possible for the community. We're excited to see that happen right here with the Valley Spotlight.
Where were you in life, like in your own life, where you're like, I feel like this is my calling. I feel like we need to start something, some sort of church to give back.
Yeah, so my wife and I were living in Columbus, and we were working at another church, and we kept feeling this desire to come back home to the Valley to start a new church. And so we convinced my parents to let us move into their basement.
That's a tough move.
That's the first part, yeah.
Right, and we didn't have kids at the time, but we had a 100-pound Great Dane dog. And so we convinced our parents to let us move in. We were in the basement, and within a few months, we started our church in an office building in Vienna, owned by Millwood Incorporated. They let us use their office space, and 14 people showed up on our first service.
And now, 10 years later, we're in this beautiful facility right here at the Eastwood Mall. If you've ever been out here, it's hard to miss what you guys are doing, because I feel like you just keep on growing, and it keeps on getting bigger and deeper. And this is the place where they hang out on Sundays. But it's not just here, right? You guys do all kinds of things.
Oh yes, we're always out in the community. We're always involved in some sort of different event, different things, and we just love this valley. And we're so happy to be a part of what we feel God is doing in this valley, and we're excited to be doing it with you guys.
I think it's neat. It spans beyond the Valley. You have people from other countries that watch your services, right?
Well, you know, when COVID hit, obviously all of these churches, we had to figure out how to get online. Well, what we didn't realize was so many different people from different countries would begin to tune in to watch what's happening right here at the Eastwood Mall.
That's amazing.
It's great. 20 countries right now are actively watching while we do services, which just blows our minds.
We only have one country, Michael. What are we doing wrong?
I know, one little community. Was it hard to oh my gosh, we need to get online and we need to do it quick?
It was. I mean, obviously we weren't ready for it, but you know, these moments happen and you just have to jump in and do it. And so we kind of failed forward. We figured it out, and through some really great people that have helped us, we've been able to put together, I think, a pretty good online experience for those that maybe aren't ready to come back to church just yet.
Yeah.
They can watch.
Very cool. How do they watch?
They can watch either on Facebook. We're on Facebook Live. You can watch on our website. You can watch on YouTube. So we're on all the major online platforms. And it's as simple as clicking and watching. It airs Sunday mornings at different times. And it's just a good quality experience for those that either can't make it because of a kid sick or vacation, or they're not ready to be yet in a bigger crowd. We understand that. And we still want them to have church.
I have been here before. Jeff Canzonetta, the Canzonettas have invited us here before. And I have experienced what happens in this room, Michael. But for people that don't know what this is all about, sort of give us just a quick idea as to what it feels like, because we both grew up in Catholic churches, so this is a little bit different.
It's a little bit different.
A little bit.
Very casual. You can come as you are, truly. We don't necessarily make people feel ashamed or feeling like they don't belong. We want you to feel like you belong. That you can come just the way you are. We've got coffee, refreshments. We've got great kids ministry for your kids, that your kids can grow and learn about who God is. And really, we try to give you the Bible in a way that makes sense, so that you can walk away with something that you can apply to your life to help you be who God has ultimately called you to be.
And
Look, we're both thinking about it. We're like, yeah, that's a good thing.
Do so many great things in the community, and we're going to get to showcase them, including the food distribution program they have on Wednesdays. So why don't we start off the show with a look at that?
I grew up up kind of in the same situation when I was younger, so it's something very near and dear to me.
Unfortunately for her, Cassie Keller has been there and done that. She and her family used to stand in line for food to help make ends meet, and it wasn't easy.
It was definitely a very uncomfortable way. It was very different than how we do it. It was us giving them personal information, different statements of money income that we have.
So when she took over the food distribution program here at Rust City Church, she wanted to change all that.
Here, I wanted to kind of make sure we don't put people in that uncomfortable place and do that. It's if you need help, you can come and you can easily just have people serve you.
And the people that come, they certainly notice.
Well, I'm retired, so we're pretty much on fixed income, so this helps out a lot.
I think it's great because a lot of people just don't have the money to buy the food that they need. So whatever they give out here really does help.
A lot of people end up just coming and they're honestly surprised that all they have to say is how many people are in their family or how many families they're picking up for, because they have the ability to be able to pick up for more than just themselves and their family. They're able to pick up for their neighbors or even family members.
Rust City Church has a giant group of volunteers called the Dream Team. It donates its time to serve the community. And every Wednesday, you'll see an army of them out there handing out the food.
I'll start getting the food out of the truck and putting it in positions. We have 2 lanes, so we have a side lane for the inside and then the outer lane. And so people will start helping to get the food set up so that it's more of like a drive-through as they're coming through. When I first started to do outreach, I was a little skeptical just because, again, it's Ohio. You never know with the weather what it's going to be like. I'm like, do I want to go out in the freezing cold? But it's definitely worth it just in the moment, even after, just, people are thankful, people are excited. You see people weekly, so you build that relationship with them because they continue to come and, it's a good give back for even people that are trying to come and help neighbors out. So we see a lot of familiar faces and people are very happy and have a lot of gratitude and thanks towards us.
Other volunteers actually work the crowd out in the line, and it can get a little emotional.
Yeah, we have a prayer team that goes out, and they're one of the first teams that will head out. And so they go to car and they just ask if they have any prayer requests, and usually people are very vulnerable and just break down from whatever they're dealing with at the time, and it's some definitely powerful stories that we get from it, and it does a lot to just help encourage us every week to continue to get out there and do it.
Not everyone wants the food, but there's people that just come for diapers or just come for prayer, and that's something that I know people need at least one of those, if not all 3.
Whether it's food in their bellies or nourishment for the soul, these folks have it down to a science, making it fast, easy, and unintrusive.
It's very quick. The whole entire process takes less than 30 minutes while you're in that line once it starts. Once we implemented this whole entire way of doing it on having a drive-through style, we were able to see over 100 families on a weekly basis. People that we never knew that were originally in our kind of normal rotation. So we were able to reach a whole lot more families because people had the opportunity to pick up for other people than just themselves.
And Cassie and her team knows the tough times aren't going away anytime soon, so they will be ready.
But I know a lot of people are still unemployed or kind of worried financially, so they rather just be able to get the additional help of this outreach. At times there are people that I'll see that I grew up with that are trying to be able to put food on the table for their family members or just themselves. So it's something that I know I can specifically be able to pray for them and hope that they're going to be able to get additional help or additional favor or blessings in their life because they're going through that still. Definitely come. We are always an open invitation. There's no pressure on coming, but we're also not going to force you to be here. But at the end of the day, we want to be able to help you in any way we can, whether it's giving you diapers because you have kids or being able to give you food or be able to just give you prayer.
So it's on Wednesdays at 6 o'clock right here in the parking lot next to the Target at the Eastwood Mall. And again, you don't have to be a church member. You don't have to fill out any forms or anything like that. Just come, show up, and if you're in need, or if you're somebody else you know is in need, which is fantastic, you can take part in the program.
How incredible is that? We've been doing food drives and food bank things for as long as we've known each other.
Yes.
And to see that on that level is why we're here.
And special thanks to the Second Harvest Food Bank that provides all the food for these nice folks. All right, when we come back, we're going to go into the test kitchen with Pesto.
And we have a story about a local business that you've probably never even heard about, and it's called Dirty Joe's. All right?
Yeah.
Dirty Joe's.
Dirty Joe's.
When we come back.
Well, Ducat not only sells the product, but we service them. We have parts and service support for every machine that you buy at Ducat. You are purchasing a machine, it's eventually going to break or need work, and we are here to do that. You don't get that from an online sale or a mass merchant. They just don't have the ability to have the parts and the service. We send our mechanics to school every year. We have 2 Briggs & Stratton master service technicians. There are not many in the country, probably less than 5,000 in the country, and we have 2 at Ducat. And we also have gold certified steel mechanics and numerous certifications in parts and service for every brand that we carry.
So let yourself go to Ducat. Let yourself go to Ducat.
Whether it's dinner out with friends and family or your next catered event, Rachel's Restaurant in Austintown always makes it special and delicious. Award-winning cuisine, relaxing atmosphere, and so much more. Rachel's Restaurant, Austintown.
At RC Compounding, their team of pharmacists specialize in erectile dysfunction therapies that don't have to cost an arm and a leg.
It's becoming more and more comfortable to talk about these things. And we're not doctors, but we're pharmacists. But you can call and talk to us and we will tailor something to you. We will reach out to your doctor. We'll collaborate with you, collaborate with your doctor. We compound a specific drug for a specific patient.
RC Compounding, we care about your health.
Welcome back to Valley Spotlight. Okay, Mike, how dirty are your garbage cans?
They stink.
They
smell.
stink all the time. It doesn't matter what you do. You can use the hose. You can try to clean them. No longer do you need to worry about those things.
Why not?
Thanks to Dirty Joe's. Check this out. We've all been there, staring at and smelling the mess that's left behind in our trash cans. It's gross, it stinks, and now that mess can be a thing of the past thanks to Dirty Joe's.
This first season, I think the community proved to us that they love it. And that's the part that, honest to God, for me is the most rewarding, is that I love hearing about it. I love people loving it, excited about it.
The idea came from a YouTube video, since this kind of trash cleaning service is already a big thing in Europe.
Sometimes we'll get the naysayers about just using a hose or bleach and this and that, but honestly, it's not even close to as effective. We're using 250-degree water. You can see that steam pumping out of there. 3,000 PSI hitting the bin. That's the pounds per square inch of pressure hitting the bin. And cold water coming out of a hose is nowhere near effective. And then, like I said, we're capturing all that dirty water, not dumping it down your driveway or into the yard.
The truck itself is pretty amazing to watch, and the investment Joe Corey and Joe Fagnano made to get it up and running is also pretty amazing, considering the industry is still fairly new. We're talking about a couple $100,000.
I remember when him and I drove that truck home, I was just thinking to myself, and he kept saying, we're either idiots or geniuses. And
I said it's a kind of a tight knit of bin cleaners around the country because there's only so many companies, so we communicate with each other, and Joe and I and others, I mean, we believe in this industry. That's obviously why we invested, and we're not only trying to pioneer it in our area, but across the country. So.
And the response has been nothing short of overwhelming.
I love hearing about it. I love people loving it, excited about it. Even our personal trash cans, we're really not on the top of the list. So, I mean, but I like, you know, we just had a party at my house, and I was like, Joe, get me on the schedule because, you know, we got to get them clean. And now it's like, that's what it is. I mean, it truly, I can't imagine not having it. And just from the people that I see, we've actually got calls. I need mine clean now. We need, I'm like, it's a trash. You would think people are like, it's a trash can. Next week's fine. People are like, no, you need to get here.
To keep Dirty Joe's rolling, just like the rest of most businesses these days, they will need help.
We need people to work. We need people, trucks to run. It's a new industry. We have a lot to figure out, but it's by all means, that's here to stay.
And as they grow, their ability to help others will grow as well.
But specifically coming up, we had the Akron Children's. We partnered with them. We're going to donate a portion of our stops back to Akron Children's Hospital. So if now's the time to try the service, it's hot, it's stinky, it's the end of the year, and it's for a good cause. You can simply text the code. It's CANS for kids, CANS, the number 4, kids, to 330-540-2003, and you'll get a reply back with the information needed to schedule.
How fun is that? All the germs in there, all taken care of. Go to dirtyjoesbins.com and you can find out more. Give them a call. They'll be out cleaning your garbage cans before you know it. All right, let's check in with Lauren in the Pesto Test Kitchen.
Well, this week on Pesto's Test Kitchen, we are back here at Bistro 1907.
We are at Bistro. It feels good to be back.
You guys have been so busy lately.
We've been very blessed. It's been a very, very busy, both with banquets on the 2nd and 12th floor for the Hilton Doubletree and us in the restaurant. It's been spectacular.
And as always, brunch is really, really big here. And today we
make your reservations or you're going to be in trouble.
Exactly. I just cannot stress that enough. But brunch is so big here, and people love the idea of you sort of taking different things, like from Eggs Benedict to waffles, and sort of doing your own spin on them.
Oh yeah, and I got a new one.
Well, you do?
Not a new one, it's already been done, but I made bacon fat hollandaise. Wow.
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 Stay tuned. We'll have more on that later. But avocado toast has taken this country by storm.
It's unreal. It was like one day somebody put an avocado on bread, and the next day it's like you can't find avocados.
Right.
You can't find ripe avocados. Everybody has avocado toast throughout the valley, throughout the nation.
And today we are talking about doing this in such a wonderful way that even if you're not going out for breakfast or you're not, going out for appetizers, you can do this at home.
I mean, maybe not to this degree that we're going to do, but a few ingredients can make avocado toast. Salt, lime, toast, avocados, and you have avocado toast.
All right, let's talk about the avocados first and how important they are, and then we'll talk about the bread. And the bread from the bread chef.
It's so special. I mean, Mike and his family over there, Mike, Nancy, they do such a phenomenal job with their breads. Their artisan breads. We're blessed to have an artisanal bread maker in our valley, right here.
Yes,
right here in the valley, which is so important.
So more on that in just a second. But these avocados, you were saying that there's all these different kinds.
Well, there's at least 50 different types, but the main are West Indian, Guatemalan, and Mexican avocados. And they come in all different sizes, shapes, varieties. These are the Hass avocados. These are most common avocado in the United States sold. About 95% of these avocados are Hass avocados. You can tell it has that leathery skin, and they always have the same kind of shape. The Mexican avocados have that lighter, greener colored skin, and they're much bigger.
Okay.
Much bigger. My Aunt Regina, hi Aunt Regina, she has an avocado tree. First year, she had over 200 avocados for the first year. This is year 2. She says she can't keep, there's so many of them, it's unbelievable.
That's really, I would be out there every day eating them, but making sure that they're ripe and perfect for what we want to do.
You feel this right now?
Yeah, I do.
I think we're perfect.
It's a little bit soft.
It's a little bit soft, yet firm. Once they start to shrink in, you're going to have some discoloring on the inside, and nobody likes that because it gets brownish and blackish, and it doesn't taste good and it doesn't look good. It's kind of like an overripe banana in that respect. But these are about perfect. If they're not perfect, you do the old paper bag trick. You just take a couple of them, throw them in your paper bag. Just like tomatoes, these things react with something called ethylene gas.
There's nothing secret in here. There's no secrets.
So you put 3 or 4 of them, because typically when you go to your local favorite grocer, they're going to be pretty much cannonballs. You can't do anything with them.
Hard as a rock.
So you got to let them ripen up for a few days, because the last thing, especially if you're making guacamole or anything like that, the most important ingredients in guac, obviously, is the avocado. They have to be ripe. When they're ripe, they're sweet, they're fruity. Avocados are excellent source of good quality oils for you. Just really, it's like vegetable butter.
Yes, vegetable butter. That's a really nice way of putting it.
It's like vegetable butter.
This one feels really good.
I think it's really good. So we're going to take a look at this one. We're just going to cut it open. A few things you can do to cut it open. If you want to use a smaller knife, you can. I typically, as a chef, I always take the butt end of my knife and I just cut in and let it go all the way around. And by the time it gets to the other tip of the knife, it's done.
Oh, that was easy.
But be very careful. And always remember, a sharp knife is safer than a dull knife. You just twist and open, and look at that. Pretty much perfect, I would say, that avocado is.
I would say so too.
Yeah, another trick is, please be, again, careful. Take the tip butt of your knife, crack it in, and turn it, and the pit comes right out.
That's how you do it.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
And then simple, just like this, you just take a large tablespoon, you insert, and just follow the natural
curvature
and there you have a beautiful avocado.
Wow.
Isn't that great?
So perfect. When I do
know.
it at home, and Sabina likes to eat these just plain with salt on them, you know how she is.
Well, I like to eat it with this little thing, this little treat.
Ooh.
Not to brand endorse, but tahini is really good. It makes a lot of things taste good. You know what really makes it taste good? Mango, papaya, pineapple, a little sprinkle on that fruit, and it's just pow with flavor. It's got that little bit of chili, it's got that lime, that salt, just a great combination of flavors.
But usually when I do this, it comes out like a mealy mess, and she's like, Mom, that doesn't look like how it's supposed to look.
Well, and you can also do it this way too. If you want to have it diced right out of the back, you just cut this just like this. You cut little 5/8 half-inch slits, and then you make little diagonal diamonds out of it.
That's
just
how you do it.
You do that, and you scoop it out, and it's already cubed up for guac.
I cannot believe that after all the years we've done this, I never have had you do this in front of me.
It's those simple little stupid things that are upside in my head. It really is.
Say that. I'm impressed.
But avocado bar, for me, when you're doing this for your guests, make it interactive, make it fun. Because people like that. They like that interaction. Like if I would do this at one point at Bistro, which we're going to, we'll have like a platter. You know, and our friend John Miles over at Steelite International has these beautiful little avocado bowls that hold 3 perfect halves for avocados. So look for us in the future. We are going to do an avocado bar.
But the different kinds of things that you suggest to put on are
a million different things. I have chives, I have green onions, I have eggs. We can put a soft egg on top of it. Limes, I have Spanish chorizo, I have jumbo lump crab meat, corn and poblano salsa, red onion, watermelon radish. If you want to keep it vegan, I have some beautiful vegan cheese right here that you can put the vegan cheese on, and you can get a multitude of breads. There's those, gluten-free breads out there now, so there's all kinds of different toppings. You know, we're gonna kick it up with a little chicharrone on top as well. But and then we have
do that just for me. You know how much I love those. I love those. All right, so we're gonna get the guys out here a little bit later, but we're gonna put some of this stuff together.
Yeah.
And I love to see the hot peppers too. I would think that would be really good.
I think my brother's Papa's peppers would be good on there. And we're gonna make a nice smoky margarita with some mezcal to go along with this. That's for your fun day Sunday brunch.
Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. Mark, as always, thank you for being such a big part of our show.
No, it's our pleasure.
You have a wonderful team here, and I personally want to encourage, if anybody's out there watching and they're saying to themselves, I have a culinary background, or I've done X, Y, and Z, please check out the job postings for Bistro 1907. There are so many, and this team, from the bottom of my heart, it couldn't be
we're a good environment.
any better.
This is family.
It really is. So
I mean, the guys in the back, to me, it's like they are my heroes.
They really are, and you guys are ours. So we'll be back in just a few.
A to Z Dependable Services now offers walk-in tubs and showers in as little as 1 day. Let us create a safer bathing experience in your bathroom or the shower of your dreams. Call A to Z Dependable Services today for a free estimate, or visit us online at onlyatoz.com.
Salt Me is a company that produces products that are made out of Himalayan sea salt. I have a love affair with Himalayan sea salt. And as an ear, nose, and throat doctor, the most important thing for me is that the products are going to be effective and that they're going to be safe for patients. So I make products that help sinus conditions, and I make products that are going to be good for the skin and good for the body. And all of them are made of Himalayan sea salt.
Welcome back to Valley Spotlight in the home of one of our new sponsors.
Yeah, Rust City Church right here at the Eastwood Mall. And the reason that we're here is because these people are doing good in such big ways that we got to tell the story, Mike.
Yep, we're going to have to show it off to you. All right, new restaurant alert. New restaurant in Liberty, but it has a very familiar name. Here's the story of Bull and Bear.
I left a few times, came back a few times, and I'm still here. So I feel like I'm stuck here. I love it. I love the area.
Haiti is Youngstown and Liberty through and through. He and his partner Scott had been devising a plan for a restaurant, but they had to wait until the time was right.
We started talking about some ideas, and it kind of went on and on for years, probably like 5 years, until the right opportunity came about, and this was it. And we started putting the menu together and the concept and kind of built it day by day, and then this is it. This is what we got.
What goes into the right opportunity? Is it the building? Is it the workforce? Is it the climate? Is it the area? What goes into all that?
We were looking for, the area was important to us. We wanted to be in the Youngstown, Liberty area. Yeah, we opened July 14th. I remember the date. And because we had gone back and forth, and we were going to push it to August 1st. And then we were just sitting there one day and we just looked at us, we just said, we're just going to open.
So they were open. Now let's answer a couple of popular questions first. Yes, this is the old Joey building, a restaurant that was open for over 20 years on Belmont Avenue. And yes, it's called Bull and Bear, which does have a familiar ring to it.
Everybody kind of associates us with the Boardman, the Bull and Bear and Boardman, the B&B backstage. I've gotten that a lot, but we have no affiliation with them. No.
So then people will ask, how'd you pick it?
Right, so that's the follow-up question. So originally this was going to be the tin roof, and the marketing with the tin roof just didn't really work out. And probably a month prior to us getting ready to open, we just changed the name, changed everything, and ran with a whole different name. So we brainstormed probably 20 names, narrowed it down to 3, and then this is Bull and Bear is what we ended up with.
Now that that's taken care of, let's discuss the food.
We're a gourmet mac and cheese restaurant, but we focused on our handheld sandwiches. So we have some signature sandwiches and our burgers. So this is one of our skewer entrees. So you get, with any skewer entree you order, you get 2 skewers of protein, your choice. You can go, this here is 1 skewer of filet tips with a skewer of grilled shrimp. You can go chicken, shrimp, chicken, beef, or you can go 2 of each. This is our signature appetizer. These are called bowl chips. So what this is, these are deep fried pepperoni chips, and they're dusted with a slight dusting of our seasoning with Parmesan cheese. So this is our signature farmhouse burger. It comes with a 1/4 pound Angus, 100% Angus beef patty with cheddar cheese, and it has a deep fried panko battered chicken tender, a fried egg, and bacon. Pizza was an important part because Joey was always known for his pizza, Mr. Marsco. So, but we opted to go with our own route, and we created our own pizza recipe. So the pizza that we serve is ours.
Just like the rest of the menu, the owners wanted to make it their own.
Yeah, I kind of looked at the area, me and Scott, and we kind of talked about what we felt wasn't here, and we kind of took a few ideas, West Coast ideas, I'd say, that are starting to catch fire on this side of the country, and we meshed them together.
And the results have been as impressive as the food.
Yeah, it's doing better than we expected. We've surpassed our projections, and it's going really well. So, we're pretty happy with it.
All right, Bull and Bear right there on Belmont Avenue. They're open Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday right now. But once Monday Night Football hits, they're going to be open on Monday nights.
Wonderful.
I think it's September 13th.
Food looks outstanding.
It's really good.
Oh,
that burger,
man.
yikes.
Wow, you know me and burgers.
I know.
Can't get away from him. All right, Kelly Warren and I had an interesting conversation about when people are looking for a home, typically you stay within the county. Okay. But you don't have to, and there's a lot of reasons why maybe you should look outside the box. Well, this week on Home Advantage, Kelly Warren and Associates, we're hanging out on the porch.
Hanging out.
Summertime. Talking about people moving
Yes.
That's what your job is, to do that.
Every day, yeah.
But I think part of the reason why I enjoy working with you is because you have a different lens for people. Sometimes they don't realize what they're missing until they have a conversation with an expert like you.
Yeah.
And a lot of our people in our area, if you're from Mahoning County, you don't want to leave Mahoning County. If you're from Columbiana, you don't want to leave. If you're from Trumbull, you don't want to leave. And a lot of times people have a hard time like even going to dinner or going shopping.
Yeah, it's funny, right?
Crossing these county lines.
Yeah. Location, right? It's the number one thing in real estate. It makes or breaks the difference on your properties. And but what you don't think about is, in addition to just where you live and property values and everything, but the grocery store, the restaurants, the pharmacy, the library, all the things that you visit are usually right there in your little bubble. And I deal with so many people who know what they want in a house, and they think they know what they want in an area. Not talking about you.
She's looking right at me and my mom, right?
Maybe
just because they say one thing doesn't mean they really mean it.
Yeah, I will meet people at the house and I'll show them the property, and I'm like, okay, I get what you're wanting. Now let me show you this one.
Right.
And so if you're coming to me saying like, hey, I want 15 acres and I want to be in Howland and I want to be in Canfield and I want this and that, and so to be in some of those areas with that kind of acreage or something, you might be over $1 million. So I might meet somebody at a house and be like, hey, let me show you what I have in Brookfield, because it meets all of your needs. And if you don't have kids in school, then school districts don't matter. Or if you have kids in school but you can do open enrollment or online school or all the different things that our world provides to us these days, your area just got a whole lot bigger,
Yes, it does. And don't be afraid to move out of that little tiny bubble and to get to know new grocery stores and new neighbors and all the new stuff. I have to admit, I was a little nervous about that myself, and I literally couldn't be happier.
Yeah.
Not that I don't miss my old neighbors, because I do, but it's wonderful.
You have wonderful new neighbors, right? Like the new people in your life, the new experiences, it's all for the better, and you don't get rid of the old ones. You still get to say hi here and there or share a Christmas card or whatever.
Right.
So,
and if there are people out there who are looking for that kind of acreage and you think it's only in Canfield or it's only in Columbiana, out here you get how many? 17, 19?
We're sitting on over 17 acres here, yeah.
So this home, it's going to go, I think I've said it before, but it's just lovely.
Yeah.
We're on the front porch. There's so many different places in this, even in the outdoor space where you can have a lot of fun. So it's going to go fast, but give them the address just in case, because they have so many listings. It's unbelievable.
We're at 1020 Sharon Hogue Road, and you can find it online at kellysoldit.com.
Nice to see you too, sir.
We got wonderful neighbors.
Yeah, we do, and it's so beautiful out here. So please don't hesitate to call and ask. And the homeowners, they have put so much work into this place, so many different stories. There is just so much
honestly,
love. There's so much love in here.
Price per acre, price per square foot, you're not going to beat it.
No, you are not. No, you're not. All right, that was Home Advantage with Kelly Bourne and her associates.
Thank you.
Papa Canzonetta's peppers, recipe established in 1975. A family secret is now yours to share with the people who add spice to your life. Choose from mild and hot versions, plus our famous original blend too. They're the perfect punch for any dish, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We've got the recipes to prove it. Just follow us on Facebook, order online at papacans.com and pick your peck. papacans.com, order 6 jars or more and qualify for free shipping. We like it hot. We're glad you do too.
Heels is the low-cost living, anti-inflation department store.
Shop Hills in the Liberty, Lincoln Knolls, and Boardman Plaza's Youngstown, and the Ridgeview Plaza in Warren, and the Hills location in Champion, all open 10 till 10 daily.
Welcome back to Valley Spotlight. We're at the Eastwood Mall. We're in Rust City Church right now, but Mike, there's a lot happening at this Eastwood Mall these days.
Yes, if you weave through the mall, there's a brand new store that's been opened.
Yes, there is. Not technically brand new, but in a brand new place.
Yeah.
And we had a chance to visit with Steven Jubelirer about how Reyers is settling into their new place right here.
What are you doing?
You said it got 15 to 50% off every shoe and boot. I meant the prices, not the shoes. Whoops.
Well, many, many years ago, before Valley Spotlight even existed, I became friends with the Jubelirer brothers through Reyers and Steven Jubelirer. It's been years for us, hasn't it?
Lauren, we've known each other for a long time. You were a great customer back in those old days.
Yeah.
And you're a great customer today.
That is the truth. And when we look at the history of Reyers and knowing that you guys came from downtown Sharon and now we're standing in the Eastwood Mall space, I am personally so proud of you guys because the showroom is just exactly what it should be for you guys here.
Thank you so much. It was a lot of work getting here, and it was sad to leave Sharon. That's where I live. I live there today, and it was hard to leave downtown Sharon.
Yeah.
But we came here, and the storeroom is bright, it's lit up, it's easy to shop, and customers are loving it. We're getting nothing but great compliments.
The shoes really, at the old store, they're great shoes, and we always knew that. But here, for some reason, the lighting, the brightness, all of it, it just pops in ways that you guys have to be so relieved and so happy, I would think.
We are very happy. We're trying to stock up on new brands, all the sizes, widths. We're really digging in to the shoe business as it should be today.
I have to say, I've talked to you guys many, many times over the years, you and Mark, and today I feel like they look better and younger and more carefree than you guys have ever looked ever. And I hope that's a compliment.
I just hope I look thinner.
and thinner, and smarter,
Thank
and
you.
funnier, all of the things. But the store itself and your team. Lots of people have been with you for many, many years, and you walk in and those familiar faces, they're still with you guys.
100% of our employees were asked to come join us in Niles, and 99.9 of them came with us. One fella, unfortunately, thought it was time for himself to retire, and he had bad knees, and he's not with us, but he is in our heads.
Right, always.
Yeah.
And it's good to see that you guys have been able to make the transition. You guys were in such a huge space, and you guys have such an inventory that this move had to be carefully orchestrated in ways that it just boggles my mind a little bit.
Lauren, it was a lot of work. It was a lot of work, and we did it. We did it, and we're happy to be here. It's been great.
The same awesome brands, some of the things that you can't find everywhere are still here, and the best part is you guys are in the middle of it all here at the Eastwood Mall.
We are. We're what I feel is the best corridor of the mall.
Which one is it again for people to understand?
We're between Macy's and Penny's and Target. We're in that corridor, and it's just busy.
That's good.
Yeah, it's great.
We like to see that. All right, last question, and then I'll let you go back to what you love the most.
Okay.
Your favorite part about being in this new place?
Seeing customers that I've known for 30, 40 years are coming in here and saying, wow, this store looks fantastic. And then they say, wow, I never saw this shoe before. And I said, well, we had it at the old store. And they go, I never saw this one. I'll take it in 2 colors.
I love it.
Yeah.
I am so proud of you guys, and if you have a moment, come on out here and check out this new space at Reyers at the Eastwood Mall. I'm not even used to saying it yet, but you will be impressed, and they have everything and then some. So, Steven, congratulations to you and the
Lauren.
whole team.
Thank you to everyone out there. Thank you.
Well, how about that?
Good
Looks
for the
so
guys.
different, doesn't
yeah,
it?
it really does.
It looks so
And as long as they have that
nice.
rack room part, in the
Right.
back, I don't care where
You're
they
good to go.
I'm good. That's awesome.
Congratulations to the entire team out there. It was really good to see them.
Yeah.
Okay. This cocktail, even Ron loved this cocktail that Mark and I are making. It's the smoky margarita thing. It goes perfect with the avocado toast. It was so good.
Well, let's see. Let's see.
All right, well, we're talking avocado toast for brunch or appetizers when it comes to family, but the drinks,
You know what I mean?
We always have to have something to liven up the party.
And you liven up a party like I've never seen before.
I really like good spirits.
Yes, you do. And we enjoy the fact that you like good spirits around here. Guava margarita.
Making a smoky guava margarita because we're going to use, you know, we have all these amazing tequilas.
Yes.
And then you used to have, remember the tequila with the worm in it when we were all young?
Absolutely.
And everybody had to eat the worm to show that they had their muscles. Well, that is mezcal.
I don't
So
have muscles.
mezcal has.
It's really in there.
No, it's. Oh, it is in that one. Oh my God, I didn't even notice that.
It's really in there.
It is in that one.
Oh my gosh.
I didn't even know that.
Look at that. That is wild.
But this one wasn't cheap.
Oh, I bet not.
So
Okay.
we're gonna make a smoky, spicy margarita. I'm gonna take these little Fresno chilies, and I'm just gonna make them happy a little bit and get them excited. Okay, we're just gonna mash them a little bit. You're gonna
Jazz
give
them
me
up.
some ice.
Okay, I can do that.
Fill her up. And you can find these, you know, my friend behind me, Al at A&C Liquor Store, has all these beautiful mezcals now. Go ahead and give it double that much ice.
Okay. I'm just making a mess.
That's okay.
He tries
They're
to
not
get-
scallions, at
he-
least.
You try to give me the simplest jobs, and somehow I always.
All right, we're gonna put in a nice amount, whatever you like, however happy you like to feel. So usually, typically about 2 ounces per person, I think, is a good drink. Okay, so we put about 2 ounces of the mezcal. We are gonna add some beautiful guava juice, which is readily available in usually the Latin part of the supermarket. That smokiness, do you smell it?
I do.
So we're gonna put this beautiful guava. Of course, some of Bistro's house-made sours mix limes, lemons, oranges, just beautiful stuff. We're gonna get that out of the way, and I'm gonna get my shaker cup, and we're gonna keep put the glasses down for me. Oh, we got a little bit too happy there. Just the shake.
Shake it, shake it, shake
And then we're gonna
it.
strain. Look at that color. Isn't that gorgeous?
Wowie.
And you got the little bits of those Fresno chilies in there.
Well, it's a good thing Michael's not here today because he's a baby when it comes to spice, and I am not.
Well, these are just a little bit spicy, a little bit spicier than the jalapeno.
Okay.
Cheers.
Cheers.
We gotta look at the eyes.
Oh yeah, look at the eyes. I'm
Robert
looking. I'm
Bartolucci.
looking. Don't worry, Robert. I'm not screwing it up.
Beautiful. Smoky, sweet, touch of chili. We need a little bit of a lime
Mark,
and salt dust on there.
That is so good. Are you gonna put this on the menu?
I think so.
You have to. I'm so.
It's really good.
It's so wild.
And I've never
good.
made it before this day.
This is delicious.
I know, I think I'm gonna have to have another sip. I know my brother Jeffrey would like this too.
Oh my word.
That's really good.
Unbelievable. All right, we're gonna put together some avocado toast stuff in just a few minutes.
The bar is gonna be raised.
This is outstanding.
Thank you, thank you.
For a guy that hasn't slept in a long time, you certainly do a very good job.
We try,
Holy
we try.
moly, we'll be back with more.
That's really good.
Oh my God.
Jeffrey can taste this.
Fred, taste this.
No hot water? Call A to Z Dependable Services. Our fully stocked rapid response water heater specialist will get you back in hot water in no time. A to Z is the only call you need to make.
Hi, I'm Barbara Corcoran. I'm constantly asked by news sources how to best navigate today's real estate market. I call the brightest agents in the business to get their input. Hi, Kelly. What's going on in the Mahoney Valley area?
Hi, Barbara. The market in the Mahoning Valley has remained strong.
I'm so happy to hear that.
Sellers are enjoying the safety of the Guaranteed Sold program, and buyers and sellers love the 3D tour and the free moving truck.
Get the best advice from my friend Kelly Warren. Go to kellysoldit.com. Be safe and smart.
Pets are part of the family, and at RC Compounding, their pharmacists make your pet a priority.
Pain management is a big one with animals, especially if they have cancer or like end of life. They're unable to take tablets or capsules, and we're able to customize it into a solution that an owner could administer pretty easily without, difficulty of having them swallow a tablet or capsule if they're not able to.
RC Compounding, we care about your health.
Well, as promised,
Yes, we are back here in Pesto's Test Kitchen,
Wow.
and I think you have like every single version of what you could put on avocado
You know what?
toast known to man.
I think there's more, but I think we have a lot covered.
Yes.
First, what you want to do with the bread is toast the bread. Slice it to the thickness you like. I like a little meat behind my bread, so I like it a little thicker. My Italian roots, I had to make some bruschetta on the sourdough. Again, all these amazing breads from Mike the Bread Chef. Jalapeno cheddar, the toasted pumpkin seed with grains and spelts. Rustica Italian. Then we have a crostini drizzled with olive oil. So just amazing. Whatever you like, gluten-free. Whatever bread is your favorite. If you like that good old white stuff that comes in a loaf like this,
just toast it up and do it.
Toast it up and go. So hey, I think we invited some friends.
We did.
These guys work so hard
the bistro
to make
team
the Valley
is
happy.
the best, and like these guys, they work 24/7, all the time. Trey, Alan, Jeff. I feel like if I had like an adopted family, like this would be it.
I know.
Like a million
I know.
reasons.
And my brother Jeffrey at a birthday party the other day is now challenging Alan as the best dancer in the Valley. So go ahead, guys.
idea.
And then Trey made some beautiful sunny side eggs. That's become a trend to put a sunny side. That beautiful yolk, which is God's I call it
God's
that
gift.
God's mother sauce. Do you know what? You don't have to do anything. Let these guys get happy.
Say this is absolutely
You get your
tremendous.
drink.
And this drink, I know we have all kind of like passed around.
Trey's going right for the crab.
One around, but even Ron Flaviano tried this, and he looked at me like he fell in love with a pink drink. Go
Well,
figure.
what I like about this is it's so interactive and you have so many different toppings. Whatever your creativity is, whatever your personal likes are, and whatever you think your guest likes are going to be, just make a great bar. And then you can make either a Bloody Maria bar, you can have this beautiful, the guava margarita, smoky, spicy guava margarita was phenomenal. You can make a margarita bar, a Bloody Maria bar, and this together, that's a party.
There's no doubt that this would be a big hit. It doesn't matter, even for the kids. Like to get kids to eat different things and to be able to see the colors
Right.
and see all the stuff. I think it's tremendous.
Plus,
Mark.
when you go to Mexico, and I'm a fan of Mexico, and especially Oaxaca, Mexico, these are the kind of things that you get to see, explore, just make your taste buds go crazy. Let all those different flavors.
What are you gonna do, Jeffrey? Oh, he's going for the crab.
See, all the chefs go for the expensive ingredients first. The peasant me, I don't do that. Get happy, Jeffrey. The cotija cheese, the vegan cheese, chive scallions, the cilantro to go on top. I have toasted pepitas, pumpkin seeds. Plus I have smoky salted almonds would be a great topping for it. Crunch, texture, all
You're
those different
taking this
things.
seriously there, Jeffrey. I love it. You got to do it right.
Jeffrey's not afraid to throw elbows.
No, he's not. No, he's not. This is going to be coming soon.
I'm going to go ahead and put another piece of
Oh, you're making a
It's gonna be like a
sandwich.
sandwich.
Jeffrey always changes the rules. He's just like my father.
Look for this coming soon to the Bistro 1907 brunch menu. I think it's going to be a huge hit, Mark, on top of everything else. And these guys are looking for some help in the kitchen, especially when it comes to these breakfasts. So please send them an email, mark at bistro1907.com.
I mean, this has been a family with myself, with my brother and I for 30 years, Alan and Trey for 8 years, Trayvon only 4 years, but we create family here at Bistro.
Yes, you do. And we're so happy to have you on Pesto's Test Kitchen and as a part of Valley Spotlight.
Yes.
So join us every Sunday. That's what we do.
We have some cool things coming up.
Yes, we do. Nice job, Mark.
Cheers.
And it really all started with salt, with Himalayan sea salt. That's where it all started because of a patient who came in and told me about the benefits of salt therapy, which is inhaling Himalayan sea salt, an aerosolized Himalayan sea salt. And I found that my patients were having fantastic results using salt therapy, and I wanted to know how could I incorporate the Himalayan sea salt into products that would benefit the sinuses and the skin. And that's where Salt Me was born.
At Salvatore's Italian Grill, we know that part of eating healthier is eating fresh foods. So we always use the freshest meats, seafood, and produce.
Eat fresh, stay healthy.
Happy Sunday. Welcome back to Valley Spotlight inside Rust City Church, located at the Eastwood Mall. You know how Youngstown's a small town, and it's really hard to keep a secret.
Yes, it is.
We know that better than anybody.
For sure.
But the secret got leaked on a big wedding a long time ago.
Do you know Ella Fitzgerald?
I do.
Yeah, well, she got married here, but a lot of people didn't know that. So take a look at this story.
On a cold and cloudy day in December 1947, one of the world's most famous singers and her fiancé walked through the doors of the Central Tower building right behind me. They were to be married in what they thought was going to be a secret ceremony, but it took only hours for the Youngstown Vindicator to print the news. The incomparable Ella Fitzgerald and Pittsburgh native and jazz musician Ray Brown had tied the knot in downtown Youngstown.
Fitzgerald started her career as a street performer in what was called the Black Broadway section of Harlem during the Great Depression. She was discovered during one of the very earliest amateur nights at the Apollo Theater. Interestingly enough, she made her professional debut with Tiny Bradshaw, a Youngstown native, and his band at the Harlem Opera House. After Ella found work with the estimable Chick Webb and his orchestra, she was well on her way to stardom. After Webb's untimely death in 1939, Fitzgerald led the band herself until she launched her solo career in 1942. Fitzgerald first appeared in Youngstown at the New Elms Ballroom during the swing years when she herself was dubbed the First Lady of Swing. In the fall of 1947, she served as the opening act for a new venue called the Club Merry-Go-Round on Salt Springs Road. The posh nightclub featured a clamshell stage and a bar that rotated slowly as the night went on. It soon became one of the hottest night spots in town. In December, Fitzgerald returned with Ray Brown for a solid 2-week engagement at the Merry-Go-Round. Youngstown Vindicator entertainment critic Fred Childress and a friend from Holland attended the show. She performed her 1930s hit, A Tisket, a Tasket.
Trucking on down the avenue, but not a single thing to do. She went becking all around. When she spied it on the ground, she took it, my little yellow basket. And if she doesn't bring it back, I think that I will die.
As well as some of her newer bebop material. Like many performers, including Tony Bennett and the Ink Spots, Fitzgerald appeared after hours at black clubs like the Cotton Club, located in the working-class Monkey's Nest neighborhood near the Mahoning River. Black performers like Fitzgerald were not allowed to stay in large hotels downtown, so they stayed in private residences or in hotels in places like Monkey's Nest.
I'm here in the lower north side of Youngstown. Behind me are Frida's and Charlie Staples. They are part of what was once a larger and thriving black business district in the late 1940s. Ella Fitzgerald declared her address on her marriage certificate as 608 North Avenue, just a few blocks from where I'm standing now.
Thank you, Sean Posey. We knew he'd get to the bottom of it, that's for sure. All right, hey, a little reminder here. Remember Michael Pardolino? We did the story on him. A little boy that's losing his sight. They had a great golf outing for him last year, and they're doing it again this year. It's on Saturday, September 18th. There are 4 different tee times, 9, 1, 4, and 7. They'd like you to register beforehand. You can always be a sponsor. Some people sponsor the food. Some people sponsored the DJ last year. It was a lot of fun. Get out and take part because that is a really, really worthwhile cause.
And Michael is such a special little boy.
Yes.
We know him. He went to school with Sabina.
Yes.
So, go figure. But we're back here with Pastor Doug at Rust City Church. And over the next few months, you guys are going to find out all of the different things that this group of people do on a regular basis and things that we didn't even realize, right, Mike?
Yeah. We have some things coming up here too that we should probably talk about. Let's go Thanksgiving and kind of work our way backwards. I know that's a big thing for you guys, right?
Absolutely. You know, in our community, food scarcity is a real thing that
Yeah.
people struggle with and they don't know what to do. So we do an outreach the day before Thanksgiving called Give Back Before You Kick Back. You know, you relax at Thanksgiving, you enjoy. Well, give back before you kick back. We will give over 200 families full Thanksgiving through turkeys and all the stuffings, all the other things that they need.
Everything.
Everything. And we provide that right outside in our parking lot here at the Eastwood Mall for over 200 families every single year.
And then they take it home and then they cook it
Yeah,
and
and then
all
they
that
prepare
stuff.
it and get it ready. We want to empower them to enjoy Thanksgiving with their family, not just take care of the actual prep of the meal, but give them the resources so they can do it themselves. And so that will happen literally the day before Thanksgiving.
Wow.
We'll have hot cocoa for the kids. We'll have people in costumes. The kids will have a great time as they pull up with mom and dad or grandma. But also, we're going to be giving back to our community in a very practical way.
That's awesome. Can people donate for that, or if they're not members of the church, can they help out in any way?
Of course they can,
Yeah.
absolutely. They can either bring in donations of goods, and we'll have it on our website that they
that's
can
nice.
get on, or they can give us monetarily, and then we can help
Right.
get that for them. But either way, it's something we're committed to every Thanksgiving that we want to give back before we kick back.
And they're probably planning it right now, as a matter of fact. Planning's in the works.
I'm just like, every time that they start talking about something, I'm like, wow. And I had the chance to show off some of the kids ministry and what it is that you guys do with your little ones, because sometimes you just don't know what they're going to be doing while you're trying to have your moment, and you guys took care of that too. So that's coming soon, okay?
Yep.
Such great stuff.
All right, give them the website one more time in case people want to watch a service or just find out more about you guys.
Yeah, you can find everything at rustcity.church. Super simple, super easy.
I want someone from other countries to watch our show. Why do you get all the other country
We're gonna
people?
do it.
Yeah,
Help us
promote
make
it.
this thing international,
Yeah,
for goodness
promote it
sake.
during the church, for heaven's sakes. Well, we have a lot of people to thank for helping us with the show, and there are ways you can watch our show too.
As always, valleyspotlight.com, that's the best place to do it. And you can send it worldwide, but YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. And if you have any great stories or any great business ideas, please don't hesitate to tell us. That's how we keep this ball rolling, and we're so grateful for it.
Yes, thanks for having us. We really appreciate it.
Thank you, Doug. Good to
All
see you.
right. To wrap up the show, when I was little, they had this, is it live or is it Memorex commercial? And it had Ella Fitzgerald on it. I don't know if she really did break the glass with her voice, but in the commercial it appeared that way.
We're not that old.
No. Oh, you do remember it?
No!
Oh, knew they didn't.
No.
Have a good Sunday, everybody.
I was so sure that I could pass the Memorex test. You know, is Ella Fitzgerald singing live or on Memorex cassette tape? That I bet her whole crazy crew that I could do it. So Ella stood where I couldn't see her, and I listened carefully to her voice. But you know, I couldn't tell. Nobody's perfect.
Reproduction so true, we ask, is it live or is it Memorex?
If you like this video, subscribe to Valley Spotlight on YouTube and be sure to click on the notifications bell so you know when we've got some new stuff. You also can like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram and Twitter, and subscribe to us on Vimeo or our Roku channel.
Some roasted corn, some scallions.
Okay.
We're gonna hit it with, well, that could have been a little bit too much scallion, but that's okay. A pinch of salt, a pinch of